Hi, my name is Loretta George. I am a Grand Canyon University student. The reason for this video is to talk about dispositions for this week, about how they affect student learning, developments, and motivation as far as for educators. The thing that I need to do for this video is to talk about the dispositions that I possess, that I do great in, and then the dispositions that I don't do so great in and may need maybe a little extra help in them, or qualities. And so I guess I'll start off by saying the ones that I possess that could make me a successful teacher would be, to me, would be a respect for diversity of others, which means that I respect backgrounds of other students and where they come from. My biggest thing is I always say that kids are a product of their environment and where they come from. I don't necessarily say that kids are bad. I just say they're a product of their environment, because everybody's not raised the same way. So I do respect where kids come from, and as a teacher, I believe that you need to learn your students in order to be able to be the best teacher. Yes, they all may be in the same grade, but every child doesn't come from the same household, so you have to learn your students in order to be able to professionally or effectively be able to teach them, and for them to be able to learn whatever it is that you're teaching. And also with doing that, I believe fairness is another one that I possess, because that and respect for diversity kind of go hand in hand, because you have to be able to have positive relationships with the kids, be able to talk to them, pull them to the side, kind of just get that relationship with them so that you can effectively, keep them in the loop, or have that bond to be able for them to be able to listen on them hard days when they really don't want to listen, because we all have hard days even as adults. Another one I think possess well is professional conduct. That's just really like a pet peeve of mine. Anywhere. Professionalism. So I believe that everybody needs to be professional in what they do, especially in school setting, because we have to be role models for our kids, which is professional conduct, because they watch us, and we are the role models for the next generations to come, and they watch everything that we do. So if they're not getting, great models from home, at least we can be that person that they can always remember when they grow up and go, hey, I remember Miss So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so, and, that's how that goes. Another big one for me is honesty. It's a big one in my life, period. I believe in being honest in everything that you do, even with the kids, because a lot of them know when you care and when you do not care. So honesty, compassion, advocacy, all of these kind of tie in together, because, me working in a school district now, I am very close with a lot of my students. If they're new, because a lot of them are new this year, I try to get to know them, and whatever I see that affects them the most or they love, I try to come in that way. If it's not always that way, I find a way to be able to get in with them on that level, so I could get that bond to be able to learn them and to know them. Dedication. These are probably the ones where I need help. Dedication. I'm dedicated to the field, dedicated to what I do. I love my job. That's one thing I tell people all the time. I love my job. Even though I don't get paid enough to be a parent, I love what I do. But with that, sometimes you could get burnt out. And so as far as like punctuation of being on time, your attendance, sometimes that could slack because you get burned out. Because as a parent, it's a lot that we do, like a whole lot that we do and that we take on, and that get put on us. And sometimes you could get burned out, and then getting burned out as far as your dedication towards your job can kind of slack. Punctuation, because you're like, why be there? I get there when I get there. As far as being active in the classroom, you like, not today, I don't feel like it. Your attendance kind of slack because you're like, I don't want to go to work. These are things that I've done because I've been burned out before, and I know well about those things. So sometimes that happens. And then in those times is when sometimes you got to take a step back and reevaluate things and see where you are in life. Because sometimes that means it's time for you to move forward in things. Curiosity, it's an okay thing for me. I'm great with talking. I don't mind meeting new people, collabing, trying to resolve things. But my thing is when there's people that don't like to resolve things, can be an issue for me. So that's probably another thing that I would need to work on, far as something to work on. But qualities that you should, another question they asked is, I kind of answered what dispositions I would need to work on before I enter the first year teacher. I just told those. And then they asked, what qualities should professional educators display? They should display everything that I just talked about. Because in order to be the best teacher that you need to be, or the best educator that you need to be, you have to have all of those qualities. It's the only way it'll work. There's no other way for it to work. You have to have fairness. You have to advocate for the children. You have to have professional conduct. All of those dispositions you have to have. You have to be honest. All of those things you have to do. You have to have compassion for people, for kids, for children. Like, you have to love people. I'm one of them people that love people. Don't mind meeting people. Don't mind talking to people. I'm just a people person. So you kind of have to be that person. This job is not for everybody. It's just not. You have to be a special kind of person to do this job. It's just what it is. So I think that that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you guys on this whole disposition outlook. So thank you for listening. Thank you for my time. Good night.